We're here with more conversations from the Mumbai First initiative, looking at Mumbai as a mega city and taking lessons from the European Union. And joining us now for this conversation is Mr. Pedro Ballesteros Torres, who is the Principal Administrator at the Directorate General for Energy at the European Union. It's great to have you, Mr. Torres, and it's good to be talking to you as well. Now, give us some insights as to what brings you here, because we've been wondering and we've been asking that, European cities and big urban chaos like Mumbai, what are the lessons that one can perhaps look at learning?
Well, this urban chaos, as you know it, is maybe also, as all the chaos, the source of the creation. So this is already a good reason to come. The innovation in the world, the development on the world is going to be very much based upon this urban chaos and upon these new things of the cities of the world. But what is bringing us here mostly is a different thing. The urbanization in India is a good, necessary process. It's bringing wealth, it's bringing for sure more social justice, it's bringing many more opportunities and hopes for the people, but it's also bringing some costs, some problems. Mostly the environmental problem, the problem that the people is going to use or to abuse more natural resources, the problem of how the people is going to live, etc. And these are problems that we know a bit in Europe. We are the only urban continent. We have been urban for already 1,000 years, and we are more urban than ever. 76% of our population is living in cities. So we have experience on this, and we have been able to create a good number of livable, clean cities. And there is not any mystery on this, this experience on this. It's something we would like to share with the Indian cities. But there is not a single city in Europe that is even half the size of Mumbai. We have nothing to teach everybody on this. I think that nobody has. This is something that is a first ever challenge to cope with such a city. But we may have or facilitate cities from Europe, from India, getting together, exchanging experiences, learning together, discussing which are the solutions in all points of view, not only technologies, but also the modes of governance, the relation with the citizens, the opportunities, understanding in such a way that there is something better for this.
I know you've done some work in China as well on urbanization. How has that gone, and are there any parallels or any lessons that can be perhaps applied here in India from that experience?
Yes, there are many parallels. There is one very clear parallel. In China, 50 million people a year are emigrating to a city. This is twice the amount of India, but in India the rate is getting more and more important. In China is keeping low. And this is creating absolutely unique and believable challenges for the people there. Then the political system is completely different in China than in India. India should thank God for this, and then there are other ways of adapting this. For instance, in China, more than 40% of the people who is going to the cities are considered as non-legal immigrants, even though they are Chinese, because they don't have rights to go to social security, to health care, to schools, etc. This is a big problem there. Nonetheless, I think that in the same way that our lesson with China is that the Chinese are absolutely enthusiastic in learning the experience that we are having in Europe for the cities, that there is a high demand for this, and most of all that we are creating a relation that is much more honest and much more win-win, the relation between cities in both parties, than the relation between national governments. National governments, we are always in conflict. We discuss, we have trade issues, we have geostrategic concerns. Cities, we have win-lose situations. Cities, when they relate internationally, they have win-win situations. And this is helping all of us, and mostly the Indian citizens, to create all of this. And in China, with the Chinese citizens, I'm going tonight there. We have a big event there with the Prime Minister, with a lot of mayors. For us, it's a good hope that it should serve for something. Because I insist, in Europe we can do whatever, and we're trying to do our best to reduce our CO2 emissions, to reduce our environmental impact. But this is worth nothing if we don't work together with you for having the 500 million Indians that are going to have a higher quality of life, having it in a more intelligent way than the way we had 20, 50 years ago. because we are sharing a planet. There are no borders.
Right, absolutely. I know that you have traveled to India before as well, and while this might be first time to Mumbai, what are the immediate issues that kind of you see around? What are the immediate issues that need addressal and quick action?
This I'm very shy to make comments because I've been here very often, but I have to start by saying that of course I don't understand and I do the whole thing, and I don't pretend to understand it. I think that maybe many people living here for a whole life, they will not ever understand. But in all humbleness, it's quite a bit shocking for me the lack of the political figure of the municipal leader, of the mayor.
As a one
Yes.
single point leader.
One single point leader that is fully dedicated to her or his city, that is looking at the city in terms of her or his territory, in which they are creating alliances with the stakeholders, with the citizens, and this concept of the management of the territory. Maybe this is something that I miss on this. On the positive side, I'm really impressed always by the capacity of creativity that is here in India. I think that the Europeans should be very much prudent, not to give a lot of advice, and to open their eyes and their ears to look at the ideas that are being generated here, and simply to facilitate, to create platforms that are helping that these ideas become reality.
We hope it will help the city of Mumbai. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.